if we reinterpret the conflictual aspect of this relationship as being the anxiety of Western power elites about Islam and Muslims, and we were to see that in such terms as it being kind of a power relationship, then we would see that there can be a kind of oppositionism in that sense, because nobody wants to be lorded over or ruled by anybody else. And yet, the power structures of the world are in fact very hierarchical. And that leads to a great deal of the sense of unease that pervades the American society anyway, because the Americans are nurtured on concepts of equality and democracy to a very large extent, and many people are observant that although it's on the books legally and constitutionally, is subverted somewhat by economic power structures such as exist in our country. And so one side of the coin being voting, elections, democracy, constitution, and so on. On the other hand, freedom of enterprise and ownership means the ownership of some and the non-ownership of others, which is obviously very inegalitarian. And we have huge disparities in that area, especially leading to an underclass, which most certainly feels very disenfranchised. And that often is indicated by their, quote, voting with their feet, unquote, by not voting in the elections, not participating in the political process. In fact, that idea of political participation is something that splits the American Muslim community right down the middle, because I would say half of the American Muslim community favors it, including, by the way, nearly all of your teachers at this conference are on that side, but another side representing trends that perhaps are more typical of the underclass denounce the idea of political participation and oppose it on the grounds that it would give legitimacy to what they view as an illegitimate system. So anyway, there are these other kind of tensions that exist even in the American society. And so if you go outside of that to the world and look at how the actual power relationships are, you can see grounds for a lot of dissatisfaction, and that could create conflictual relations.